into the bosom of thy grace. I baptize thee in the name of the Lord. Amen.
Doc, I had no idea. When you said we shouldn't congregate in the village, I thought you meant just in the village. Or I would have organised it otherwise. In there, Doc.
We thought he had too much of Carey's own brew.
Well, then he passed out.
He's never fainted before.
Stay back. This man has smallpox.
The shocks. Good day.
Hooligans! With all due respect, it was Dr. Sharma who interrupted my service.
With all due respect, Reverend Todd, there shouldn't have been a service. You're breaking the law. As of now, this hall is closed. And unless you are going to the surgery to be vaccinated, the next time I see anyone congregating, I shall have you arrested. At once!
My people, no man can prevent us from doing God's work. We don't need this church to follow the Lord.
The next time I see anyone congregating, I shall have you arrested. Now go back to your homes. At once!
My people, no man can prevent us from doing God's work. We don't need this church to follow the Lord.
Maynard, do you take sugar? No, thank you. I'm on a diet.
And don't we know it? 4 for me, please, Carmina. I'm not as sweet as I look.
The shop open.
Adversity is to be embraced, not feared. Life must go on.
Life cannot go on as normal when there's a smallpox outbreak. Mrs. Davis, you are breaking the law by opening the shop. With all due respect, that law wasn't even necessary before you arrived. I beg your pardon? Nay, he's very ill. I don't think you should be walking around giving this disease to other people. For your information, I do not and never have had the disease. I have also been vaccinated, which makes it far more likely that you have smallpox. Good day. He's only a little baby.
Mr. Dodd, stop this Thanksgiving service.
It is reported, meanwhile, that the smallpox outbreak in Trefell in South Wales is now under control.
Happy for me. I wanted so much for you. My beautiful daughter. I'm sorry to bother you, Reverend, but...
Mrs. Davis, please come in. Have a seat.
I know Gina asked you before, but please will you change your mind about baptising Nye?
I understand how you feel, but Nye's father has a duty to his son.
But he won't be allowed back to Trelawny now, will he? Not with this smallpox. Gina was such a silly girl, listening to Doc. Very nice name, that is.
Oh, for goodness sake, I was only being friendly.
We all know where that can lead, don't we?
It only happened once, and that was 4 years ago.
Oh, That makes it all right then.
Hi, lads. Very well. The eggs are ready for you to collect, okay? About 7?
I look forward to it, man. 7 it is, then.
Okay, boys. Schmeibach.
Oh, my Kerry.
Worried about your confession, you?
Something like that.
Best get it over with, eh? Ta-ra, Bach.
Ta-ra, Kerry.
Megan. You shouldn't be...
It's lovely.
Is it?
I haven't had a letter like this since I was in school. Not that it's childish or anything.
I'm not always good at saying what I think, so I thought if I wrote it down...
Emlyn. I'm sorry. I think you're a lovely, kind person. It's just that it's too early for me, you know, after Gareth. Or Matt.
Of course. I'm sorry, I should have thought.
Don't you apologise. I'm glad you wrote it. It made me feel special. Does that mean you're going to make me a cup of tea then?
This won't hurt. I don't care if it does. Proves that I'm sober if I can feel it.
Dan was very hungry. I hope you've been feeding him properly.
Sure Owen's doing his best. I know I haven't been the best father in the world, but I've changed. I feel like I've been given a second chance to be a proper dad.
And how long will that last? I'm sorry.
Yes. That would be the best thing. Right. We'll get back tomorrow to see how you're both doing. You've been so kind to Dan and to me. It would mean a lot if you came to the Reverend's Thanksgiving service. Todd's holding a service for Dan. And I'm going to be baptized. William.
No, I have no idea where he is either. Anything else?
No, not really. Could you tell him that women? The last woman that came over, Mrs. Pritchard, collecting for the blind. Nothing happened. No. But, my Rita never laid any eggs for 2 years.
You have a hen named Rita.
Rita Hayworth. Same colour hair as her feathers. You don't mind, do you?
My son David.
You need to go straight to the surgery after this. Get the vaccine and then stay at home. You know the rules. Not that anybody's taking any notice anymore.
I thought it was all right now, though. They said on the radio that the
worst was over, yes. I was misquoted. They phoned the station. I didn't want to cause a panic, so I played it down, and now Dr. Sharma's blaming me that everybody thinks it's all over.
Oh, no, I'm sure he doesn't.
You didn't hear him. He was really annoyed.
Well, Dr. Sharma probably felt that you were a close enough friend for him to blow off some steam.
You think so?
Definitely. I think he's under a lot of strain at the moment.
Yeah. And he has been a very good friend to me. I'm sure he won't mind me saying this. Especially now that it makes no difference anyway, but, it was him.
Events that one can see the hand of God at work, even this afternoon.
Good morning.
And how are you today, Mrs. Bakshi?
Wiser than the last time I saw you, Reverend. I must say, Mrs. Davies, I am surprised to see the shop open.
Adversity is to be embraced, not feared. Life must go on.
Breaking the law by opening the shop. With all due respect, but that law wasn't even necessary before you arrived. I beg your pardon? Nay, he's very ill. I don't think you should be walking around giving this disease to other people. For your information, I do not and never have had the disease. I have also been vaccinated, which makes it... He's only a little baby. Have you seen Don? He's in the shop with that ignorant woman who seems to have lived in a bucket all her life.
Mr. Dodd, stop this Thanksgiving service. You could be responsible for an epidemic.
Even after everything you've witnessed with your own eyes, you still believe you're right.
I am right about this. I'm a doctor.